Hi guys! Welcome to a new segment on Frontier, Michigan called Inside the Frontier. I'm your host, Jen. This is Jeff. And, update. My vlog channel is kind of just going to become a personal channel now and not the vlog channel. So we're going to merge what was the vlog channel, mostly, into vlog segments on the main channel, Frontier, Michigan. So, what are we going to be doing during this segment? Well, mostly it's going to be current events, stuff like that. Some hot takes. Maybe some movie reviews, stuff like that. Maybe.
Who knows? Just anything and all things, as long as it's not super duper political. Because as you guys know, those that have been subscribed since the beginning of the channel, I've never really been big on politics. I try to keep that more private. So some of this stuff that we may talk about may lean into politics a little bit, but we will try to be as unbiased and apolitical as possible. Because politics, if it goes there, it's a very controversial thing. People get heated. People have died over politics. And I don't want that to happen here. But if the topic comes up, we can have a civil conversation about it.
Exactly. And unfortunately, one of the current events of the day is Turning Point USA's founder, I believe.
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk, unfortunately, as of local time,
Just a few hours ago.
Was unfortunately shot.
Well, he was shot at 12, but
yes.
He
unfortunately
did not survive the shot.
He did not survive the shot. He leaves behind 2 children and a wife and parents. He was only 31 years old.
Yep, younger than us.
Born
in 1993.
Yes. So 2 years younger than me, 3 years younger than Jeff.
Yep.
And this man was he was political leaning, and he did these college campus tours to broaden horizons and stuff like that. And unfortunately, a person who is still on the loose as of right now, they did take someone into custody, but that was not the person who did it.
It was unrelated to the shooting.
Yes, it was unrelated to the shooting.
The shooter is on the run.
And due to federal crimes, committed a federal crime of what?
Well, because schools are gun-free zone by federal law, and that includes colleges. So the fact this happened on a college campground, it was Utah Valley University, which is about 30 minutes from Salt Lake City.
Yes. This is a federal crime. The shooter was about 200 yards away from Charlie and shot him in the neck.
Shot him from one of the adjacent buildings where they were having their Turning Point USA events. It was the beginning of the what was it, Great American Comeback Tour?
Yes. Great American Comeback Tour. And his voice was snuffed out.
I saw a pretty cool quote on a video talking about this incident earlier, and I wholeheartedly agree with this quote. I don't know who said it. It was just a random YouTube comment, but I agree. So whoever you are, if you find this channel, that is an amazing comment. And what the comment said was this: cutting a man's tongue out does not prove him to be a liar. It only proves that you are afraid of what he has to say.
Yes. And regardless of politics,
it's uncalled for.
It is uncalled for. It's abhorrent. A wife is now a widow. 2 young children will not have their father to read them a bedtime story. His little girl will not have a dad.
It's a family destroyed.
It's a family destroyed.
Just because somebody could not tolerate or respect a different viewpoint. And that's something that this country was founded on. One of its core principles was the freedom of speech, the freedom to have your own opinion, and the freedom of discourse. It's all part of the First Amendment. We cannot have discourse in this country and discuss things without a dissenting opinion, because without dissent, how does debate and conversation happen? It doesn't. Everything becomes an echo chamber of yes men, and no real change or discussion happens. And that's what this country is beginning to move towards, an echo chamber of yes men, because it's going to get to the point where everyone is too afraid to have a different opinion, because they're either get canceled or shot. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Nobody respects another person's opinion anymore. Nobody respects another person's belief. It's to the point where I don't like your political party, I don't like what you have to say, therefore you must die.
Exactly.
It is wrong. It is morally wrong at every level. And it should not happen in the U.S. I don't care what your political bias is. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, hardcore conservative, or hardcore liberal. It doesn't matter. There is nothing on this planet that justifies taking another life because you don't like what somebody had to say.
And this political division, if it keeps going the way it's going, we are going to end up in another civil war.
It's going to reach a breaking point. I agree. What that looks like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like where it's going. But unless something changes with how, the media does things, because quite frankly, mainstream media, you guys are to blame. The rhetoric that you guys use when talking about conservatives and those on the right, it's disgusting. You paint every single conservative and anybody that's Republican as evil. You paint us as fascists. You call us all names. And if you think I'm making that up, I remember a certain political figure that was running in 2016 that called half the country a basket of deplorables. Since when was that okay for a political public figure to openly disrespect half the country?
It's not right. It's not fair.
It's only gotten worse since then.
And regardless of political party, regardless of bias, we are all Americans. We all rise and fall under the same flag. I remember a time where you could be proud to be an American. Now...
That wasn't too long ago.
And that wasn't too long ago. And now, half Well, less than half if you count voter turnout.
We'll just say half. It's easier in conversation.
It's easier in conversation. But half the country hates this country, and is flooding our system with people trying to change the political landscape. And the other is trying to work on the systems that we do have. I'm not saying it's perfect. No government is. But we have a very good constitution. And yes, this is we are the political experiment. And so far, it has lasted
250 years?
250 years of this great, wonderful, chaotic experiment. Because that's what we are. This constitutional republic, no, not a democracy, as most people put it. We are a republic. We are not a democracy. There's a difference. This constitutional republic was founded for the people, for
the people, by the people, governed by the people.
And governed by the people. And a lot of people who are in power forget that.
Unfortunately. And they criminalize those that try to remind them of that.
Exactly. And it sucks that half the country hates the other half. And if, like we said earlier, if we keep going the way we're going to be in a civil war. And I don't want our children growing up in that.
No.
No. Just so everyone's aware, no, we don't have any yet. So.
Alright, well, so since we just got through the big current event of the day, as tragic as it is, 93 to 2025, Charlie Kirk, you'll be missed.
You will be missed. So
what else?
What else? Let's see. Well, as far as this segment goes, we are going to... I don't know how often this will happen.
Well, I know we run the town every couple of weeks to run errands. Yep. I wish this box truck would get off my garage.
Yeah, me too.
That's all right.
We're almost to a passing zone. But it could... The vlogs could happen.
Could be every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Because... we just have to remember to take the camera.
Yeah, that's not hard.
That's not hard. But every 2 weeks is our tentative goal.
Okay, I'm already doing like 70 and a 65. This box truck's just passed me doing a good 75, 80.
Yeah. People. But, yeah. The schedule's gonna ultimately be like every couple of weeks. Maybe.
If we remember. We just gotta be consistent with it.
We just gotta be consistent with it. And feel free to leave your suggestions down in the comment box below. And
yes, we'd love to hear from you guys on what you guys would like to see. This could be a longer segment because if we make the drive every 2 weeks to Alpena to do our shopping, that's potentially 20 to 30 minute video.
Yeah.
I try to keep my main stuff right around 10 to 15 minutes.
So this could be an expanded segment. We could do Q&As. We could do...
Oh yeah, any questions you guys want to ask us, just type it down below in the comments, and they'll end up in the next one.
Let's see what else. Other than that, work is slowing down. Ish.
We're not as busy as we were a couple months ago.
Yes. We just leased out one of our vacants.
We did.
We leased out one of our vacants last night, and the lady is moving. The lady who moved in, she's on the older side.
She's elderly.
She's elderly.
A lot of our tenants are older, on the older side.
Yes.
Like late 40s into their 60s and 70s. So they tend to be more on the elderly side of things. There's nothing wrong with that.
But one of our, again, the lady that moved in, she had a house, but she can't maintain the upkeep anymore. And
she's downsized into an apartment just because of personal needs, and there's nothing wrong with that. People's situations, they change all the time, and sometimes that means having to downsize, and this is the case with her.
And ironically enough, her house actually sold because
what'd she say, less than a week?
Less than a week.
Went for sale and bam, sold just like that.
And ironically enough, me and Jeff were actually eyeballing it a little bit because it had a beautiful mostly fenced in yard for Thor. And so I thought that would be amazing for him because he would have a yard. He would no longer have to be on the tie out. Shout out to the Grand Pebble Adventure. I know we haven't been as consistent on that channel with Thor, but again, we've been busy
focusing on this channel, Frontier Michigan, a little bit more.
Yes. And I know the subscribers over there love them some Thor content. I don't know if this channel.
Every once in a while, I have a Thor video on here.
Yeah.
Mostly shorts.
So, but yeah, I wanted to get a yard for Thor so that one of the comments we get on his channel is
quite often actually is,
why do you have him on a chain? It's not a chain, it's a toe strap.
Oh yeah, a toe strap. Why is Thor on a 5,000-pound toe strap and not a chain or a normal tie-out? Well, a chain would be too heavy. That dog is already strong. If I put him on a chain, he's going to be like complete beefcake. The dog is built solid like a brisket anyway.
Yes.
Now, imagine him dragging a couple hundred pounds of chain around. It's going to be, just absolutely built and just be a tank. He already is a tank.
He is 80 to 85 pounds.
Just straight muscle. But the reason he's on a toe strap and not a standard tie-out is, one, the steel cable tie-outs, he's broken probably about 3 or 4 of those in the past.
Yes, he has.
And it's not from pulling on it so much, it's because of how active he is. And those tie-outs, the urethane coating on them tends to crack. So moisture gets inside there and it causes them to rust, and that's when they break. Or the clips will break on them and stuff. It's because of how active and how much that cable flexes. The other reason why is those cable tie-outs, because of how small they are, when they go taut, sometimes they go taut when it's between his legs, and he's actually cut himself. Not like severely, but, rubbed himself raw enough to where it would have to scab over on the insides of his thighs when it goes tight, trying to pull on something or try to fetch his ball.
Yes. That is why he is on a toe strap instead of a tie-out.
Because it's soft, it's pliable, it flexes. So it's actually safer for him to be on a toe strap. A lot of people won't agree with that, but I can tell you this, he hasn't cut his legs on his tie-out since. It's a 15-foot toe strap, and I took one of his elastic leash extensions and attached it to that. So that folded in half on his tie-out. Altogether, he gets about 20 feet. But the last few feet of that, before it hits the stake in the ground, it's all elastic, so it acts like a shock absorber, so that when it does go taut, it doesn't just like yank Thor to the ground or hurt him or anything like that.
Exactly.
It's like, a bump stop or a shock absorber, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So that is why Thor is on the tie-out setup he is on. And his tie-out stake is 27 inches long and anchored in a rock garden. And that's starting to come loose.
Yes, it is.
So I may have to actually anchor that in a bucket of cement.
Just a little bit. Because
he's a strong dog. He's very active. In fact, we actually have a spot we might take him and let him run free. We did it as a test run a couple weeks ago, or last week, or what? Yeah, it was last week, wasn't it?
Yes, it was last Wednesday.
We let him run loose out there in what is that?
Alpine.
The Mackinac State Forest, the Atlanta, Michigan area.
Yeah.
Just let him run loose. About 10 minutes, let him go. Came back, called him. Then say 30 seconds, 45 seconds of calling him, came right back.
Yeah.
Couldn't even see him anywhere, but he came right back. So he's got decently good recall. But we are going to try to train him, because we get going out to a lot of these places we want to go in the future. I want him to be better trained, and I want his recall to be stronger. And I want his reactivity to be tamped down.
Yes. We're never going to get rid of the barking, because he's a dog. He has a very strong prey drive.
Very strong.
Very strong prey drive. And he's going to bark. He is very protective of us and, quite frankly, his yard. And
yes.
And one of the things that he has been doing that has not been good is people he recognizes, people he's known for almost 4 years now, and he's
getting a little meaner.
He's getting a little bit mean.
So we gotta try to break that.
Exactly. I do not want him raising his heckles at people that he knows.
No. So he needs some refresher training and some stronger training at that, which he'll get.
Which he will get. And I know of somebody who does reactivity training. It's all virtual. Basically, we do it over the phone. She interfaces with us over Skype and stuff like that, and teaches us what we need to do. And she also does basic obedience training and stuff like that. So it's about $75 for the reactivity training. It's about $60 for the basic obedience training. And
we'll refresh him with the basics, and then we'll work on his reactivity.
Yeah. So that he's a good boy with us.
I just want to be a good boy with everybody.
Yes, me too. I want him to be a good boy with everybody. Especially people that he knows. That way, all of you can actually meet him. And he will be like, person! Whack, 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 whack.
It's not from a lack of socialization. I can say that because we've gotten him out plenty of times.
Yes. He is socialized. We take him to the dog park. He
actually does quite well at the dog park.
He does really well at the dog park. And
it's usually other dogs that have a problem.
Yes. He is normally
He's pretty indifferent to other dogs.
Exactly.
You might play with one here and there, but for the most part, if there's other dogs, they'll do their sniffs, they'll greet or whatever, and he just goes on about himself. Doesn't really interact much after that.
Exactly.
Not a bad thing.
No.
It just tends to be more solitary.
Exactly. But he does behave around other dogs. Now, he does have an issue with
smaller dogs. Smaller and younger dogs. That's where he can be a little bit iffy. So we usually watch him pretty close. It's a dominance thing at that, so.
Yes. It's a dominance thing at that point. We have had him fixed, but
that didn't make a difference.
That didn't make a difference. And he's a very confident boy.
Yes.
And he lives up to being a terrier because if you guys don't know, pit bulls are actually terriers, which like Toto, the Cairn Terrier, the Jack Russell Terrier, stuff like that. You know how stubborn and strong-willed they are. Well, take a Jack Russell Terrier or a Cairn Terrier and size them up and make them a beefcake. That's what we have.
They're high-energy dogs. They need to be worked.
Yes.
So it's just us needs to do more on our part.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So, but we love our boy. He's our goofball.
He is a goofball.
So
it's a big, huge baby with us.
It's just everyone else's. Don't attack my mom. Don't attack my dad.
Right. Well, so we talked about the biggest current event piece and a little bit of channel update, and we talked about Thor. We're rolling on 28 minutes of video now, so what do you want to do now?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I have no idea.
All right, well, this is your show, so what do you want to do? You want to continue on for a few minutes, or you want to see everybody out?
So, I am going to let you guys go, and we're going to sign off until next week. Not 2 weeks from now. So, have a good rest of your night, everyone, or day, wherever you guys are. Hope you guys are enjoying this channel, and we hope to see you guys again soon.